Yo, are you ready for the Astro-Weather Weekend with me, BigEAstrology? October 11th, 12th, 13th. Pluto stationing direct. Pew. Grand Rising, good people. It's Eric Taylor, BigEAstrology. Wow, we are getting ready to get into the middle of October, okay? Let's breathe. I'm glad that all the light workers and prayers and meditations helped lessen the Milton that was supposed to be a 5 went down to, I believe, a 3. Some areas a 2. Didn't directly hit Tampa. It seems like went to more Sarasota, which is not as heavy populated. Still a lot of wind and tornadoes and rain, so my prayers to everybody down there, friends and family. Got the Taylor family down there, sending a lot of love and the cleanup and just to be smart, be safe, and be careful. And you know, my good buddy that passed away, his kids and his ex-woman. So love that they're okay. But listen, what you gotta understand, and this is a Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces Moon weekend, and really not so much the Capricorn, but I want to talk about it because, you know, it doesn't go into Aquarius until about 1 p.m. Eastern or somewhere around there. And we're looking at 12 noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific, even though I'm a little late. But the Capricorn Moon is conjunct Pluto, and Pluto's stationed direct today. And it's in a square to Mercury and Libra. So there's just a lot, and Sun squaring Mars from yesterday. There's a lot of energy that is really dealing with, you know, what's going on from the structures, the governmental structures that come down upon the people. And the moon will kind of illuminate this transmutation and transformation. And, you know, the next few weeks before the election in America, because I know people watch me worldwide, and I thank you. Excuse me. The next few weeks can be a little wild and crazy. A lot of things revealed around the structures and systems, financial, political, entertainment. More of the medical is going to start November 19th, even though you're starting to see things. But when Pluto goes into Aquarius, that's going to be the science, the AI, the dark web, the technology, the Red Cross, the environmental groups, the nonprofits, the, you know, philanthropic work, and really a lot of science, okay, and innovation. You know, NASA, all the secrets are going to be revealed about that stuff. So that's from November 19th to 2044. The Capricorn Moon will be finishing up, like I said, 29 degrees at 12 noon. So it's going to finish up at around 5 degrees East Coast, 6 degrees West Coast. And then tomorrow should be at about 12 degrees around 12 noon. So we'll look at that. But, you know, make sure you go and watch the podcast from last night, episode 255 with Valeria Sophia. It was awesome. She is the Venus expert, brilliant young astrologer, just a sweet young lady, and someone who is really tapped in as a Libra rising, Libra sun and Mercury, and a Taurus moon. She is all Venus. And she, you know, we really had fun sharing last night live, and you can go watch it on the YouTube channel and make sure you like, share, and comment. But that, you know, talking about the Libra rising, Libra sun, Mercury, and the South Node. And you're going to have that to January 11th. Well, that segues and leads me to take advantage of the Libra birth chart sale, Eric at BigEAstrology.com. And then tonight, coffee talk. I don't have my tea yet, but I do got my smoothie. Yeah, coffee talk is tonight, 8:30 p.m. Eastern. It'll be cut off at around 5 p.m. Please don't try to pay or contact me after that. I'll be busy with clients all day, so, you know, I can't. I mean, you can pay and receive the recording, but, you know, I'm going to send out the Zoom link probably this afternoon, like around 12 noon or 1 p.m. Eastern. So, or maybe a little after, I'll wait, but basically I'm going to cut it off at around 5 p.m. Eastern. But it's tonight, Friday, October 11th, 8:30 p.m. Eastern, 5:30 p.m. Pacific, 70 minutes via Zoom, only $11. You can pay Cash App, $BigEAstro, or PayPal as a friend to tailoredtoyoucoaching@gmail.com. The number 2, the letter U, you know how I do. Bringing astrological insights and knowledge for you with my 11th house crew. We're looking at Sean Combs' chart, aka Diddy. Virgo Moon, Scorpio, Sun, Neptune, Venus, Jupiter, Libra conjunction, Uranus, and I think I figured out the ascendant. I'm not going to say it here. You got to come to Coffee Talk. If you can't make it, you can pay the $11, receive the recording. It's going to be powerful, fascinating. There's a lot there, a lot to chew on, a lot to contemplate. But remember, what's going on with that is all a distraction. Prayers to the people in Wyoming. There's crazy fires there. I think also in the Sahara Desert around Morocco, or that may have been flooding. But, we got to pray for, Ukraine and peace with Ukraine and Russia, Israel and Lebanon, and the prayers for all the lives lost in Beirut and Palestine, Gaza, and just, I don't know. We got to pray for love and peace and send that out. That healing energy, we have to continue to send it out. But there's a fight for the natural resources. Lithium and quartz in North Carolina. Strong natural minerals that are discovered in Wyoming. And, it is what it is. I'm not going to get too much into it, but just have spiritual discernment. And remember, we can talk to the trees. They are sentient beings. We need to connect with nature and have Mother Nature, Gaia, fight, man's creations of like HARP and controlling the weather manipulation, because that's what we're experiencing. So it's weather warfare, really. But what we need to do is, just focus on the positive. Stay optimistic. I got Jupiter on the ascendant. I'm going to always be optimistic. The sun's going to shine tomorrow, and we're going to have another grand rising. But anything's on the table between now and November 19th, and especially between now and Election Day. So just stay ready, stay prepared, and stay smart. Remember, find your tribe and vibrate from love. Let's get to the chart for the Astro-Weather Weekend, the 11th, 12th, and 13th. Really Aquarius Pisces Moon, but I'm going to show you the end of this Capricorn Moon because it is important to look at. BigEAstrology. Pew. All right, forget about a Friday, baby. The day of the planet Venus. Talked about Venus last night. A lot of fun. Valeria will come on for her 4th visit, probably at the beginning of the new year, to have some fun during Capricorn season. And we're going to talk about the comical stereotypes of astrological placements and just kind of laugh at all the placements, all the signs. I think that sometimes astrology can be so serious, and we have to be able to laugh at ourselves. I know as a Virgo, I can laugh at myself at how nitpicky I am, and I am a recovering Virgo. I'm not as self-critical and as critical as others as I used to be, but, there's certain quirks that I have as a Virgo that I'm willing to make fun of myself about. And so Valeria and I are going to do that. I think it'll be an interesting episode, and hopefully you guys will appreciate it and take it with a grain of salt. It's not any personal attacks. It's just having some astrology fun. And that's the thing about life, right? Just like stand-up comics, we have to be able to make fun of things and laugh at ourselves because we are these souls having this physical 3D experience. And this is a pretty funny realm and plane. So as you see, 12 noon Eastern, this Pluto Moon conjunction. Now, remember, we talked about the Libra, and you got Lilith. Remember, I told you all week, and now Mercury squaring it. So this is where you're going to see things revealed about relationships, even today in the news. Watch out. Friday they do the news drops. Things about family, divorce, negotiations, maybe even some labor union stuff, maybe stuff being passed around, different abortion rights or different things. Hey, I'm a man. I have no right. I tell people I'm pro-choice and I'm pro-life, right? But I have no business to tell a woman what to do with her body, So, and neither should the government, but that's neither here nor there. But I think things have gotten out of whack, and we need to have balance in that situation as well, too. So, but Mercury conjunct Lilith, we can be very intuitive and instinctual today about the negotiations, the legal matters, the, business partnerships, marriages, and some of the systems around that need to be probably revisited or reimagined. And so, I don't know, we could even hear about some famous politicians or Hollywood couples getting a divorce today or announcing or filing papers. It's just interesting. Check always in your own chart, Libra, Capricorn. And then, the Aquarius Moon will finish up, like I said, around 5 degrees, 6 degrees on the West Coast. So as soon as it comes in, it will get to the sextile to the Aries North Node, but it's going to trine the Libra South Node. So this is where things can come back up again with AI, with artists, the entertainment industry, people's voices being used or sampled, or pictures. Your pictures over the internet can be used inappropriately, so you got to be careful, right? I've already, cat's out the bag. I've already done it, but I'm trying to start to limit a lot of the pictures of the boys over the internet. And there's no fear, listen, they can only do what they can do, but I just want you to be smart and aware, and just remind your children also not to ever get duped because someone is lying to them on Snapchat or whatever, pretending to be someone, and it's like some grown man in like a dungeon somewhere, and it's not another child. Especially as you have teenagers and preteens like myself, never to share pictures that are inappropriate or your naked body or anything over the internet. And you have to tell your kids, don't assume they know this, okay? Please communicate. It's important. Venus is moving so fast in Scorpio, and it's getting ready to go into Sagittarius. I believe it's next week. So, and then it squares on the 27th or 28th, it squares Saturn in Pisces. So, Venus is going in, I think it's either the 16th or 17th. So right around that Aries full moon, maybe it's the same day, the Aries full moon. Pluto's direct. So with Pluto being direct, and there's a snapshot of how that direct energy will go to the 19th with the square to Lilith and Mercury, you're going to see, remember we still have Uranus, Chiron, Saturn, and Neptune retrograde, but you're going to see a lot of things coming up. And as Mercury goes into, I don't know when Lilith's going into Scorpio, because, it bounces back around. That's the true Black Moon Lilith, H13. But this Aquarius Moon trining the Libra South Node, that's definitely some interesting energy. So you could have some weird people from your past trying to come up and contact you. Venus Scorpio, still very focused on the health and financial, but intense, soul-merging, emotional music and relationships and love. The depths of your soul. And remember that Venus is now in the energy of trining Neptune. So really from the 11th to the 16th or 17th, you're going to feel this dreamy-like energy for creativity, but also for love and relationships, where you're feeling like it's kind of like, wow, this is... And it could happen, it can manifest that you do find your soulmate, you do find your dream love, your perfect match, but you have to have spiritual discernment about it because it's Venus trine Neptune, so it could be a delusional fantasy at the same time. But because it's in a trine, it also has a possibility and potential, looking at the Scorpio and Pisces energy, to manifest that, okay? But there has to be that gratitude behind it, and feeling it, knowing it, receiving it, I am it, all that. Mars is still kind of in that trine with Venus. So we're really getting closer. Remember I said that Mars is going to retrograde, but it's kind of full steam ahead. But it's, we may get into that energy if Mars keeps at this pace of that grand water trine with Mars, Venus, and Neptune. And that's going to be really fascinating. And that can solidify those relationships, the grand water trine. We're also headed to that third decan soon. Probably get there. I guess on Sunday. Okay. So, this is the Libra Aquarius decan, and then we're going to go to Libra Gemini decan. These are the very social Libras, and they usually can have very good hand skills in terms of embroidering, making things, fashion designers, interior designers, decorators. These guys can be good educators, but they can be more focused on their hand skills, on that final, and a lot of, different type of law stuff. Uranus is still, retrograde. Obviously we got the Chiron and Aries and North Node, and the nodes are about to shift. Still at 6 degrees. It's moving slow. Okay. So enjoy Friday, Aquarius Moon, for Coffee Talk tonight, 8:30 p.m. Eastern. Perfect. Aquarius Moons at Coffee Talk, I collect them. So all Aquarius Moons are welcome, and everybody's welcome for my 11th house crew. Email me, please, if you want to come today. The clock is ticking. Eric@BigEAstrology.com. I had somebody just sign up this morning. So definitely get at me. It will be closed at 5 p.m. Eastern. All right. I love you. And that's 2 p.m. Pacific. Eric Taylor, Big Astrology. Let's get to Sabado. The Taylor twins playing football. Maybe we'll look at the time of their game. I think it's 10 a.m. So that Aquarius Moon may be at 7 degrees. All right. 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific. And Saturday is the day of Saturn. Spiritual discipline. Your prayers. Be mindful, I don't know the name, but there's another storm brewing, and could hit Florida again. Maybe it goes Texas, Louisiana, I'm not sure, but that may be coming closer to the Aries full moon early next week sometime. The full moon's on the 17th, and I'll be trying to put up my video for the Aries full moon Saturday. I'll try to get that up and out for the collective, and it would have been out earlier, but I've just been super busy. And, I'll be on next Friday night with Priya Sudarsanam, and that's going to be a lot of fun, breaking down a lot of stuff. She does quantum energy work, Unmute with Priya, amazing podcast. She's a speech pathologist, a friend, someone that I was a coworker with. And we're going to get into Akashic and just a lot of healing work that she does with the collective. All right. Let's get to Saturday, October 12th. Happy birthday, Libras. Pew. All right. Secret Saturday. Having a little bit more smoothie. Ooh, wifey put some ginger in it for a little kick. So 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific. Saturn's down to 13 degrees. Neptune's staying at the 28. Neptune. Oh no, 27. Yeah, sorry, the Neptune moves. So that's interesting. That is the lunar mansion behind it is Mercury, and for the Saturn, the lunar mansion behind that is Saturn. Okay. So there's a lot of spiritual karma, and you have to have the spiritual discipline and the practice. And at the same time, you really must have healthy boundaries in your life. This Aquarius Moon, 14 degrees. Okay, so It's going to finish up, let's see, at 10, 6, 7. It's going to finish up at 21 on the West Coast, 20 on the East Coast. All right. So then you will see that I did not turn off my phone totally, but that's okay. But you can see for Saturday, October 12th, the journey of this Aquarius Moon. So it's going to get into a trine with the Sun, which is really nice. And more Sunday morning will square Venus, but it is going to trine. And you see the Mercury that is headed into Scorpio, I believe, on Monday morning. And the Lilith is still there. You're still feeling that instinctual. When you have Mercury conjunct Lilith, you guys, the true Black Moon Lilith, you know, it's like being able to decode what's going on in communications about the Libra type things and really intuitively knowing what's fair and just, even if people are deceiving you in fairness and justice. That's the Lilith really can help you with that. And for all of us, the collective, right, it's that Libra energy, very Venusian. So there's the emphasis always when you got Lilith and Mercury and Juno, the asteroid of long-term relationships, commitment, and marriage, and the Sun on relationships and partnerships, okay? And so there's the Sun. So the Moon and Sun will be in a trine, which will be really nice energy. Also, this Moon will get to, let's say, 21. So yeah, it's going to get to trining as we go to bed Saturday night, trining Jupiter. So this in Gemini. So this is where there can be a lot of integration in terms of your wisdom, beliefs, and knowledge, and even that communication where you do get a message from someone or through social media that is divinely ordered, whether it's spiritual knowledge or truth about, you know, Lebanon or Palestine or North Carolina or Wyoming or Florida, you know, whatever it is, you know, but in your own personal lives, it could be around the Aquarius and Gemini themes of your houses, but it's really going to be around communication, you know, freedom, liberation, input, you know, social media, technology. So, you know, that can be interesting Saturday night, late. And, you know, I think Saturday is definitely Sunday. It's going to square Uranus and square Venus. And we're starting to feel the Venus-Uranus opposition. You see that 23 degrees Scorpio and 26 Taurus. So that 3-degree orb opposition, you're feeling it. So Venus opposing Uranus, this is also fluctuations, right, in the markets. So you're going to see that, you know, with things big Monday morning. Monday morning could be a shocker in terms of tech stocks, Bitcoin, crypto, just decentralized and centralized systems. You know, the banks are getting ready to make this switch over. Now, hopefully they don't do it in a way that's scary and shocking where you go to your bank and it's closed and there's no more money. You know, I don't know the nice or positive way for them to do it. And the way that everything's lined up for October, you know, yeah, we could have everything shut down in terms of technology for a week or two or financial stuff for a week or two. You know, I just don't know. But I know that you don't need to panic. You need to focus on positivity and vibrating from love from your heart chakra, but understand that anything can happen. And even for myself, right, I've been saying taking care of the food, but also gold and silver and things like that. So these are things that, you know, even I have still got to contemplate and consider. You know, I don't trust the crypto as much. XRP and Ripple, you know, definitely are going to be valid. The whole blockchain is going to be used in the future. So it's something to be a part of, definitely. So remember, Saturday is Saturn, so it's about discipline. And you're seeing the Venus and Neptune trine really strong. And let's look at Mars in Cancer, your private dancer. So yeah, it's still staying at the 20. So it may catch up though, okay? I don't know. It doesn't go to Leo till December. December to February, and then retrogrades back, and we'll be in Cancer all the way. It's so long until April 2025, and that's almost not fair because it's in its planetary fall, and it's such a challenging. It's one of the most challenging placements. Very intense emotions, but this is good for my Leos for football, and the Taylor twins. They're 1 and 2, so they're trying to get to 500. I had a game canceled last Saturday because 113 degrees, the heat. Arizona, it's cooling down now. It's like 100. And we're going to get into the 80s next week. So I'm very thankful for that and really getting into what we call autumn in the 80s. But it gets cooler quickly. You won't be able to swim in the pool anymore, I'll tell you that much. But this Aquarius Moon, this is, I think the North Node behind this is the North Node is the lunar mansion behind this Aquarius Moon. When it first came in, it was Jupiter. Then it's North Node, no, Mars, Jupiter, and then the North Node. So, yeah, I believe so. So, Aquarius Moon and that second decan is the Aquarius Gemini decan. So this is a very social moon, so you're going to feel that on Saturday. A lot of communications, the day of Saturn. But don't forget, you can lift the body weights, all the machines, and, just have a good weekend. Freedom and liberation may be on your mind. How can we, there's so much that we can't do, but what we can do is energetic work. And so we have to send healing, love, and light to the world with all these tragic areas. Don't forget the Sudan and Congo, and stuff like that. So that's the intention. And we just got to really stay litty and positivity and spread the lovies and the dovies. And you're still feeling the Mars-Venus trine. And really, I would say you'll really feel it once that Mars gets to 21 degrees, the grand water trine. So let's look at that for October 13th as we get ready for the Pisces moon. So this will finish up at about 20 degrees and 21 on the West Coast. So it should be at about 26, 27 Sunday morning at 12 noon we'll look at. And then it will, get into the Pisces moon, in the late afternoon, evening on Sunday. All right. Astro-Weather Weekend, Eric Taylor, BigEAstro. Libras, happy birthday. Take advantage of the birth chart sale, $175 or $275. And also, I'll announce it when we wrap up the Astro-Weather. Next week's Coffee Talk. It's going to be powerful. Still can sign up for Diddy tonight. Pew. All right, Domingo, sleep on is Sunday, grand rising, everybody. Hope you're having a good Sunday. And I hope you go back and watch my Astro Weather for each day and check back in. So I dressed you properly. This is 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 noon Eastern. And yes, that Aquarius moon at 27 degrees. So that means 6 hours and it will get to Pisces. So around 6 p.m., and I would say at about maybe 5:40 or 5:45 p.m. Eastern, you will have the Pisces moon. So that means basically the Pisces moon will be half a Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, okay? And this is all leading us up to that Aries full moon, which will be, let's see, the 17th. Okay, so it's really right around the corner. If you get my drift. But remember, it's going to be at like 20. It won't be an eclipse because it's going to be at like 20. I think it's at 20 or 21 degrees. No, 23 degrees, 24 degrees. Yeah, it's pretty up there. So, yeah, we're in the Libra sun. We're in that Deacon. And so this is the moon, coming off of trining the sun. This Aquarius moon at 27 degrees. But, when it goes right into Pisces, it will get close to, let's see, tonight. So it's going to finish up at around, Sunday night, we'll finish up at around 3 degrees. Pisces, 4 degrees on the West Coast. So that will get us in a conjunction to Saturn. So you'll feel that as you awaken Monday morning. It'll be almost like exact, and then 12 noon Monday afternoon. So you'll feel that Moon-Saturn conjunction, which could be interesting in terms of medical stuff and, different things being revealed around that. The Aquarius Moon will also square Uranus and square Venus. So what do we have, ladies and gentlemen? We have a T-square, a fixed T-square. So that could be fascinating Sunday for the markets, Scorpio, Taurus, and Aquarius. This could be some really interesting stuff about the technology, tech stocks, but just even our regular financial systems. So I don't know. Sunday, just pay attention to the news, and hopefully this is not something that brings in more hype or potentiality for World War IV, as I call it, because World War III has already been going on in spiritual warfare. Please understand that. That's what we're dealing with now, okay? These intergalactic or stellar beings, nefarious greys and reptilians infiltrating our world and our government and all that stuff. Make sure you go back and watch that episode with Ryan Railsback. That was a doozy. That was a heavy one. Yeah, you just never know. So I will tell you this, though. The Pisces, the Aquarius moon is also in a trine to Mercury and Lilith, as Mercury is getting ready to go into Scorpio, which is going to bring in that detective work. So the rest of October and November, everybody's going to be into researching and seeing, like, wait a minute. These people aren't conspiracy theorists. This is true. That's true. That's true. Yeah, people are going to start to have more empathic energy. Remember, these X-class solar flares are big. I mean, we're getting like these geomagnetic storms. We're getting so blasted. I know I woke up, body aches, a little loopy, seeing different things, visions and dreams. And I got all this Libra energy in my 12th house. But, not only with this fixed T-square, but also the moon in Aquarius trining Mercury Lilith, there's going to be some interesting revelations coming up on Sunday too. And it doesn't have to be in the world stage. This can be in your own personal life. Look at the Aquarius and Libra houses and that trine. And so it could be around relationships. It could be around like, hey, maybe I need to give some more freedom to my kids and they need a cell phone or technology or, it's hard, right? Like, we're the strict parents. So in 6th grade, all the kids have cell phones except for our boys. But, we're not really trying to give in. And if we do give in, it's going to be only, when they're out of the house. They won't be able to keep them in the house and just be glued to them. you parents have the power. You can take away your kids' phones and say no, and you can't do this or use that. You're not a victim. Never in the physical realm, never as a parent, never in the spiritual realm. All right, so just remember Sunday, this will wrap up at around 3 degrees, 4 degrees. That Pisces moon, super psychic and intuitive, and you're really going to tap in and feel that. Okay, and that will get into trining Mars. I don't think it will, and yeah, it will get to trining Venus before it leaves. And wow, yeah, it's probably on Tuesday. You're going to have an amazing grand water trine with the Moon, Neptune, Mars, and Venus. Yeah, that's going to be. That is. Tuesday is going to be serious manifesting energy. And so just be prepared to put in the spiritual work. You know, you get results. You get results when you call on Yahuwah and Yeshua, okay? You get results with the spiritual discipline. You get results with the 369 manifestations. You get results when you book a birth chart reading with BigEAstro. Because I go in ways that a lot of people don't. We really get into unlearning, reprogramming the subconscious mind, healing your inner child, positive affirmations. And my astrological life coaching transformative program, it's really powerful. 7 weeks and then 3 months after follow-up in terms of breaking down your chart after the chart reading 3 houses at a time. So, you know, that third week, we go houses 1, 2, 3, and then 4, 5, 6. And we look at the aspects. We look at the lunar mansions. We look at a way deeper dive because I want to teach you how to live and exist in the flow and the energy of the natal birth chart and become a Jedi. You know, I see these energies coming. I know what Pluto's doing in my 3rd house. I get about, you know, Aquarius Moon being in my 4th house and Saturn, Pisces. Yeah, this is the Scorpio rising chart right here, see? So, you know, it's really good. But Sunday, October 13th, have a good day. You're going to feel really, really tapped in spiritually come the nighttime. And that's going to definitely be, like I said, you'll get into that Pisces moon at about almost 6 p.m. Eastern. Okay, so that's cool because I'm gonna have some magical guests come visit me on Sunday night for dinner, and yeah, maybe I'll share a picture with you guys. And it's someone that's been on my podcast before, but I'm not, you know, announcing it or saying it. But she's an amazing woman, an amazing friend, and definitely someone tapped in to the spiritual realms. Yeah, Jupiter, Gemini, Mars in Cancer. See, it moved to the 21 degree. So that's where it's now within 5 of the Neptune, or 6 degrees of Neptune. You're going to start to feel that grand water trine really strongly next week, though. Okay? So enjoy. Have a good Aquarius Pisces Moon weekend. Have a good Friday. I hope I see you at Coffee Talk. And Eric at BigEAstrology.com. All right? I love you. Astro-Weather Weekend, BigEAstrology. Peace. Pew. All right, wrapping it up. Astro-Weather Weekend. You still got time to about 5 p.m. Eastern to sign up for Coffee Talk, the mini Coffee Talk, $11, 70 minutes. Sean Combs Diddy's chart tonight. Venus night, Friday, October 13th. Okay? So you definitely want to come and check that out. And then I'll announce it now. Next Saturday, 12 noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific, 2 hours, $20. I am going to look at the energy of the Pisces North Node, Virgo South Node. It's going to be powerful. We're going to look at all 12 signs. And this one I may release afterwards to the public. But if you want to come and learn about this live and ask your questions You don't want to miss this coffee talk. You can pay and receive it. It's 2 hours, $20. October 19th, 12 noon Eastern, looking at January, I think it's going to be on the 12th, the Pisces North Node, and that 18th month cycle, 2025, 2026, we're going to have the North Node in Pisces and the South Node in Virgo, the health axis. So there's going to be a lot to investigate and talk about. You don't want to miss that. I'll see you tonight, 8:30 p.m. Eastern, and next Saturday, 2 hours, $20, the big coffee talk at 12 noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific. And have a great Aquarius Pisces Moon weekend. And yeah, Friday, you're dealing with this Capricorn Moon wrapping up and around, close to 1 p.m. Eastern. All right, Eric Taylor, BigEAstrology. Pluto is gone direct. Are you ready? Are you really ready? Anything can happen. All right, and I promise you, anything. BigEAstrology. Faith over fear.